to this edition of Breaking Boomz. We got him. We fucking got him. Caleb Downs is a Buckeye, not a Bulldog. Love it. Did not see this one coming. I really, you can go back to the live show from last night that we did about 4:30 Eastern. And we had a question in there during the live chat about, did I think Caleb Downs was going to be a Buckeye? I said, no, I did not. Did not look good. Georgia pulled out all the stops. NIL obviously was a little bit of a factor, but Georgia hired his position coach from Alabama. Doesn't get any easier than that, right? You'd think that'd be a layup, but no. Tim Walton, the Georgia native, is quickly becoming the best recruiter on the team. Yes, Brian Hartline's good. Again, what happened in 2022, though? But Tim Walton is bringing in dudes, man. And this was Tim Walton played ball with Caleb's dad, Gary. So there's a relationship there. They missed on him the first time around, but that's why you don't give up on these relationships, and you don't burn bridges when you don't get a kid in the first recruitment. Let's call it. You never know when something like this is going to happen. Saban retires and that roster had scattered in 85 directions, right? So got my coffee in me. I'm fired up. I was not going to do a show last night at 9:30 when I found out. So I would have been a little groggy and a little, slow. So I thought I'd do it right, get some coffee in me this morning, and bring you the energy and the heat that you love. And there's a lot of good breaking boom in the morning. So she said, "Heyo, yeah, coffee's kicking in right about now." So let's talk about it. Caleb Downs, where are the Buckeyes getting? Former Alabama safety, of course, freshman All-American, entered the portal last week after Saban retired. We know that. The Buckeyes and Bulldogs were the leaders. Really was just a two-team race here. So Buckeyes won the battle for the best player in the portal this offseason by far. This is not even close. But he brings 3 years of eligibility, probably won't be around for that many. But this is a huge, huge freaking monster laydown. Huge recruiting win for the Buckeyes, like getting Justin Fields in 2019, Ryan Day's first year as head coach. So it's that big and that influential in the team and the game and how the defense is going to play. So what does Caleb Downs bring to the Buckeyes? Last year on Alabama's defense, he had 107 tackles. That's the first freshman to do so in program history. He had the most tackles by an Alabama freshman in the last 50 years. He was SEC Freshman of the Year, All-American, I mentioned. Coming out of high school, he was a 5-star, top 10 player in the class, number 1 safety in the class, according to 24/7. So last year, he started every game for Alabama. And this is what's interesting to me. I didn't realize this until I dug into it. He split his snaps almost evenly across the board at 3 different positions in the secondary. At deep safety, the adjuster, we call it in Buckeye land, 287 snaps. At the box safety, where you cover tight ends, and you're down there by the line of scrimmage, the bandit, we call it in Buckeye land, he had 285 snaps, so almost identical. Then he also played 267 snaps in the slot, so the Jordan Hancock role at the nickel. So almost evenly across the board, he has played all 3 positions in the Jim Knowles defense. He even played 28 snaps at corner for a good measure. So he could play anywhere in this Buckeye defense, and I'm sure they showed him that in video form, where he would be playing during their in-home visit. So the Buckeyes lost just 1 starter, Josh Proctor, but we're returning Lathan Ransom, Sonny Styles, and the nickel Jordan Hancock. So Downs should be able to fill in at that deep safety spot, most likely for Proctor, the adjuster role. The Buckeyes, they've been really choosy in the portal over the last couple of years, but this season, and sometimes I would say not aggressive enough maybe too choosy. Um, but this season, way different. We're definitely winning January, if nothing else. But the portal class this year is easily the best in the country. You got Caleb Downs, boom. Ole Miss running back Quinshawn Judkins, my guy Q, boom. Then you got he's the top portal running back, by the way. Then you got K-State quarterback Will Howard, boom. Then Alabama center Seth McLaughlin, boom. Then Ohio tight end Will Kekmerick, boom. This is easily the best class in the country, and you got to give the collectives and anybody that gives to the collectives their fist bump to you guys and me, because NIL was a key piece, and increasing that NIL money this go around was huge in keeping the 2021 class, keeping those NFL guys in house, bringing them back, not to mention the culture and the brotherhood, yes. But NIL is playing a part of that, for Jack, JT, everybody, Denzel, Hancock, everybody. So in this transfer class, it definitely mattered, but it even matters more, I think, in this 2024 high school recruiting class. So props to the NIL collectives. I know I give you guys some shit sometimes. 1870 Society, I got it right this time. The O Foundation and Cohesion, if they're still around, good job on everybody's part. I do want to give you a quick rundown of Downs' high school scouting profile, because he's only been in college a year, and I did watch a lot of Alabama football. So coming out of high school, Buckeyes were in. Again, it came down to Ohio State and Alabama for his recruitment, but the Buckeyes were able to land him this time around. Tavares Robinson, Alabama's secondary coach in 2023, was hired by Georgia just last week after, right before, I think, technically, before Downs entered the portal, but now he's their co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach for Georgia. So let's talk about Downs' high school career. They projected him coming out of high school as a first rounder in the NFL draft. They compare him to Justin Reed for the Kansas City Chiefs. So his profile goes like this: one of the safest bets in the class of 2023. After producing 4 straight years on both sides of the ball against top flight Georgia state competition. He's smooth, instinctive, competitive. He capped off a decorated prep career by leading his school to its first ever state title. He's under 6 foot tall, but plays like a giant as he embraces contact, isn't afraid to come up and put a lick on someone in a gap. A safety by trade, but could probably be a full-time running back at the Power 5 level if he wanted to, as he's difficult to bring down with the ball in his hands and knows how to find green grass. His experience working on both in the box and over the top, his ability to man up and run with tight ends and most slot receivers suggests that his future is closer towards the line of scrimmage, but has the versatility to play a center field role if needed. He picked off 19 passes, broke up 43 more in 51 career games at the varsity level. Most of the takeaways and PBUs were byproducts of how quickly he can read, diagnose, and get to the catch point. Described by his high school coaches as a film junkie, which isn't surprising given the fact that he comes from a football family. His brother, dad, and uncle all played the game at a very high level. I'll get into those guys in a second. He'll need to keep progressing and not get complacent, but the makeup of a future star at the college football level, given his IQ and technical skills, is there. He's likely to be a regular on special teams, and early on in his career with his mindset and tackling ability, he should walk across the stage and shake hands with the NFL commissioner one day. That's where he should. I think so. Multi-sport star in high school, of course, played basketball and baseball, member of the National Honor Society. In 2022, his senior year, he was National Player of the Year and Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year. He finished with 57 carries, 389 rushing yards, 20 touchdowns, 36 catches, 422 yards, 3 touchdowns. He completed a few passes for a touchdown, recorded 83 tackles, 5 picks, 2 pick sixes on defense, and was a major role in Mill Creek's 14-1 record and state championship. So he's done it all, done it throughout his high school career, playing both ways, of course. Gary Downs, his father, is a former running back in the NFL, spent time with the Giants, Broncos, and Falcons. He went to NC State, and he was selected in the 3rd round of the 1994 draft. He's currently coaching at East Tennessee State. I don't know if that's still true or not. But anyways, Josh Brown's his brother. He's a former All-American Bowl selection, and signed with North Carolina. And I believe he's with the Colts right now in the NFL. And Dre Bly, the corner, yeah, that's his uncle. So 2-time Pro Bowl selection corner, Super Bowl champ, went to North Carolina, of course. He is currently serves as an assistant coach for the Tar Heels. He was taken in 2nd round of the 1999 draft. So football runs in the blood, obviously, and especially defensive back here with Dre Bly. So plenty of genes in there to make this kid a great one, and can't wait to see him in the Scarlet and Gray, silver hat with the Buckeye leaves. It's going to be a sight to behold. So that's all I got for you. Keep posted here. Make sure you subscribe. We might have another Breaking Boom coming up soon. See what a certain quarterback has on his mind. So that's all I got for you. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.